Alright guys, I just made it out here to the public land where I'm wanting to scout, and right off the bat, first thing, my selfie stick broke, so I'm having a film interview with my Gorilla Pod, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get the footage that I was wanting for this trip, but I got just a few yards here in the woods, and I run across some turkeys, and I'm up here on this hillside, and it appears to be a little bit of an opening. So this place that I'm looking at, there's an old logging road or railroad bed of some sort that sits on a ridge between two hardwood bottoms, and it's pines on both sides of that logging road. And what I'm thinking is that the deer will bed, do a wind-based bedding on either side of that road based off what the wind's doing that day. So the plan right now is to get to that road bed, but I'm going to access it from the opposite side of the property and make the walk back in there and see what I can come up with. But I'll let you guys know what I'm seeing as I'm going, and I'm going to turn around right here, let you see this little opening where I'm walking into it right here. It's a pretty open little spot. The road is just right down here below me. You can actually see my vehicle. Right there. That was really hard to film, but I'm just going to walk up this ridge side right here and see what I come up with. And I've cut a really good deer trail up on this ridge, and I'm going to say that it's going to and from bedding. It's coming off the side of this ridge, dropping down to a big hardwood opening bottom, and there's a creek that runs through it. And I'm thinking they may be bedding up here on this hillside, and I'm going to pan around and show you guys this trail that I have walked up on. There's a really good deer trail running right between these trees right here where I'm standing. And, I'm going to show you where they're coming up this embankment right here. It's really hard to get on video, but the deer are walking that, and I mean, it's just, the ground is just bare. So as I stated previously, I am right off of the road, and I can actually see the road bed down in this bottom where I'm walking, and I have started to find a ton of sign, lots of old rubs right here in this area where I'm walking, and a really good trail system running up through the middle of this transition where these pine trees transition into hardwoods. So I'm just going to follow this trail up real slowly and keep an eye out for any deer. Try not to spook anything or make too much noise in here. Still finding rubs from the previous season, I believe. Lots and lots of foot traffic. So I've already found 2 beds in this little draw right here, and I mean, I'm like 60 yards from the road, and what it looks like these deer are doing are bedding on either side of this hill, and you can actually see the road on both sides, and I think that they're bedding on this hillside and just watching this road and watching for traffic as it goes by. So I'm gonna keep pushing in a little further and keep looking for sign. But the sign right here is outstanding. I mean, there's sign everywhere. The trails are really frequented, and these are fresh beds. So I'm gonna try not to stir this area up too much and make too much noise in here. So I'm in this area looking for a food source for these deer, and I just walked out on the edge of this bedding area, and there's a huge hardwood bottom right here, and what it looks like these deer are doing is it looks like they're funneling around the edge of this ridge and then branching down into that bottom to eat or to browse acorns or whatever food source they're looking for. Really, there's a whole lot of traffic going around the edge of this ridge, and I'm going to look for a potential stand location right here and go ahead and mark it on my aerial maps, and I'm going to keep on walking back in here a little further. So I just walked out on this transition line where these two big opening, these two big bottoms come together, and I found a pretty good line of rubs from last year. I found a lot of bedding, good cover, and plenty of food. And this ridge runs out to a point, and there are trails coming from two different directions on this hillside. And I'm going to try to find a spot to put up a stand that I can actually shoot both trails and all the way to the crossing. So this is a beautiful spot. If you can't tell behind me, it's really open right here on this point, and it looks like these deer are funneling right down this opening right here over my shoulder, right there. They're coming out of that, and that's really thick bedding cover, and I think this is going to be a really, really good spot. So I'm fixing to start looking for a stand location. Alright guys, so I think I found my stand location. What I'm going to do is, if you can see here behind me, and I'll show you, this is some really thick bedding cover all in behind me. What I'm going to try to do is sneak to the edge of this bedding and get a stand in this tree right here and get about 15 feet up and get into that cover right there to give me a little bit of camo in the stand. And what I can see from that is this whole huge bottom right here, and I'm actually on this ridge side where these trails all come together, and they come around this side of the ridge right here, come right out here in front of my tree that I'm wanting to get in, and the trail from this side actually crosses. Two trails intersect right here, and then there's a trail running parallel to the bedding area, and I'm thinking that may be where those bucks are traveling, parallel to these doe trails, trying to pick up scent. And if you can't see, there are several huge oak trees in this area, and just a ton of acorns already on the ground right here, and the deer have really turned up the leaves and stuff, and I'm sure squirrels too. But so the plan right now is that I'm going to go ahead and set up a trail camera and build a mock scrape and just leave this camera out here. And then when the morning I come in to hang my stand, I'll pull this camera out, see what I got, if I've got anything, and hunt this spot. So the next time you see this, I'll probably be in a tree. Alright guys, I'm about to build my mock scrape right here, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do that. I have a stick that I broke off into two separate pieces. I just like to put them side by side to kind of mimic a deer's foot. And I have a licking branch right here, and I'm just going to tear the ground up, rake these leaves back underneath this licking branch, and make it look like a scrape as much as I can. So I'm trying to be sure to kind of paw at this like a deer would, dragging it away and make it look as much as real as I can. Alright guys, that's my mock scrape right off of this main trail. Hopefully that'll spark a deer's attention. Alright guys, so I just got the trail camera set, and funny thing is I managed to somehow forget the strap at the car, I guess just being careless. So I kind of improvised, and I took the old selfie stick that I broke on the way in here and mounted the camera to it, stuffed it down in the ground, and Propped it against the tree. It seems pretty secure. I don't think it's going to fall over. So I'm going to show you guys my improvised trail camera. That is some high quality ingenuity right there. Believe it or not, that's actually in the ground nearly a foot deep. So it should hold. It's pretty stable. And we'll just have to see what the next couple of weeks offer. Alright guys, so that's going to conclude this episode of scouting trip, and I'm going to go ahead and load up and head home. I'll be back out here sometime in the next couple weeks to hunt this spot. Like I say, our season starts in 15 days, probably the second week of October before I come back in here to the area that I just scouted. And hope to see you guys keeping active with us. Like and comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.